So just before I get into John Landis's Schlock, this is going to be the first video and start of my brilliant plan for 2025, which is to improve this YouTube channel, I guess, because I won't be monetized. If I'm monetized at this point, I'm recording this in November, but if I'm monetized by January, yay, awesome. If I'm not, well, that's the goal for this year. I really want to push things. I really want to do cool stuff, and this is going to be a cool thing. This is going to be called Previously on Arrow video, which is just like the old thing I did, the Shuddermania in 2019. No, not 2019. Years and years ago. Back when I was doing a weekly podcast, Friday Night Fright. I want to get back to that feel. I don't necessarily want to do a full podcast again, but I like the idea of doing I suppose you can say content, but just stuff, different things to stretch me creatively between movies. And it's going to start, the Previously on Arrow video is going to start with Schlock, which is, this is not a good movie by any stretch of imagination. Now I want to preface that by saying that I am a little biased because I really don't like John Landis. You know, all that stuff that's come out about Twilight Zone, the movie, and just generally the way he acts, and also his just awful song mats. I mean, Jesus Christ, the pair of them. And I also think he's a little overrated. Now I'm going to say that I do like American Werewolf in London because, you know, it's really good. And I like Trading Places, but I don't know that I would necessarily give him that much credit, because you look at the cast he got, and it seems to be a case of hits at the right moment he hit with those movies, and they both really worked. But apart from that, I can't say I'm a big fan of his cinema sort of work. And having watched Schlock on Arrow TV, I don't think I'm particularly unwarranted in that viewpoint, because this is not a good movie. Now, did I enjoy it? Yes, I did actually enjoy this, but it ain't a good movie, and I didn't enjoy it particularly because of what was there. It's more basically, so to really go into it, Schlock is just nonsense. There's no plot, there's no story, there's no real sense of comic timing. The enjoyment I got out of it was just watching the equivalent of a student movie with a real budget. And it's a complete mess. It's a bit like Steven Spielberg's 1941, the one with Dan Aykroyd and Belushi and the war stuff, where it's like Spielberg tried to do a comedy, but at that point he just wasn't very good at comedies. And, you know, watching this is just, John Landis is not very good at the sort of parody stuff, where clearly this is parodying like the B and C list movies, like stuff like The Blob starring Steve McQueen and other things of that nature, and King Kong obviously. But it's just not funny. I mean, I'm not going to lie and say there weren't a few funny moments, because there were, but it's just, in general, it's like he's trying to do something similar to like the airplane model, where it's really frenetic and there's 1,000 gags a minute. But John, you're just not that funny, mate. I'm sorry, but it's just true. And I got to add also that I enjoy Trading Places, but I don't think Trading Places is very funny. I never found it funny. I enjoy it as a movie, but I don't think it doesn't make me laugh particularly. It's more like sensible chuckles, I guess you can say. And this one, there's a couple bits which amuse, but by and large, like, there ain't enough here. So, what do I actually think of it? One, I think it's not very good. Technically, not very good. The acting's not very good. The jokes aren't very good. The comic timing's not very good. The visuals aren't very good. It seems to be very much like, hey, remember 2000, like, remember berries from South Park? You remember 2001? Oh, I remember. Or stuff like Kong, or, you know, frigging The Blob starring Steve McQueen again. And it seems to be falling in that regard of sort of like, hey, here's a reference you'll get. And if you get reference, you'll like 2001 stuff, which is always moving. So like, yeah, John, we get it. But you're not framing this as good as Kubrick did. Yours is very amateurish. And I'm speaking as someone who makes very amateurish movies. But like, there ain't nothing. Like, now, so am I criticizing the movie? Am I criticizing Arrow for having on a streaming platform? No, I'm not, because, it's a curio. It's an interesting part. I don't particularly care for him, but it's an interesting part of the celebrated director's like movie history. It's one of his earlier movies, and it's unique, I guess. But it just ain't very good. And it's, it's no Microwave Madness, where Microwave Madness goes so crazy, it's so bad that it becomes really enjoyable. Like I said, I did get some enjoyment out of this, but I was yawning at the end. So, not a great start to previously on Arrow Video, but what can you do? Hopefully tomorrow's movie will be a bit better.